In advance of the municipal elections on October 1st, we've been running a series of candidate profiles highlighting the beliefs and priorities of those seeking public office in the interior. Today we close out the series on local elections by hearing from candidates for mayor of the Fairbanks North Star Borough. Current Mayor Bryce Ward has termed out and is not running for re-election. John Coghill, Grier Hopkins, and Robert Shields are all running for borough mayor. Coghill says his knowledge on the economy and the community could help him in his service.
You're a leader and a servant at the same time. You serve the community by making sure that the borough workers are doing what they can to serve the Fairbanks area. And you lead by kind of explaining to people the beauty that we have. We're in an international community, by the way. People love to come here from all over the world.
He says the borough government should do what it does well and not necessarily seek to expand.
We got to live under a tax cap, and I'm supporting of the tax cap that's coming under this next election cycle. And I think that keeps us disciplined on staying focused on what a second-class borough can and should do. So I will be supportive there, but also help us do well what we do. And then secondly, or thirdly, I should say, this is an attractive place. We got to keep it attractive.
Coghill wants to make the borough more attractive for businesses.
It's tougher because of the high energy costs, the high electricity costs, things like that. We have to continually work on how do we reduce our energy consumption costs, right? That's whether it's motor fuel or whatever. A mayor and a borough doesn't have any charge over it, but they have a voice in it. And so I think you keep it attractive by saying, here are how we can overcome some of those costs, because we're not going to chase all the costs away. But here's how we can grow beyond those.
Hopkins, meanwhile, says he is running because he loves the borough.
I'm born and raised here. My wife's born and raised here, our 3-year-old daughter, and we've had 4 generations living in this community. And I want to see it grow, and I want to see it thrive. And I'm running because I've been dedicated to this borough. I've been involved, and I really want to see its successful future. I wake up every morning as an optimist about the things that Fairbanks can accomplish. And I'm our #1 cheerleader, and I'm always trying to find ways to recruit people here. And so as borough mayor, I want to find ways to make our community grow, have strong economic development, well-funded schools, and a good quality of life that's going to reverse our population decline and set us up for years to come.
If elected, he wants to prioritize new construction and development.
How can the borough mayor work with builders, developers, and labor to get new industrial development happening, new commercial development, and residential, so we can create a strong economy with good paying jobs and create new opportunities that's going to give residents and people who might want to move here a positive outlook.
Hopkins also wants to better fund public schools.
And with better funded schools, families are going to want to move here. They're going to see new things that their students can do and their kids can do, and they're going to see a place that is welcoming and ready for new families. And then finally, it'll be a development from then on the quality of life. How can we get new parks and rec? How can we create new jobs and get new opportunities to explore the great outdoors that so many of us in Fairbanks love and live here for?
Finally, Shields says he is running because people need a choice between staying where they are and moving forward.
Our economy has suffered needlessly for over a decade because our leaders have consistently failed to divest from fossil fuels and invest in other economic platforms. Basically, by refusing to diversify our economy, we've caused all these challenges we're facing now. Energy prices are going up, the economy is going down, and we need a plan to move forward. More importantly, we need a plan to be able to provide for our own security and ensure that Alaska is still a great place to live.
He's been working on what he calls the North Star Economic Development District.
We have the Climate Action Plan, we have the Comprehensive Economic Development Strategy, which is our business plan for the borough, and my goal, my hope over the next 3 years is to be able to merge these into a platform that allows us to attract social impact investors to lower our cost of living and improve the quality of life. We protect the tax cap by broadening our tax base.
Shields says Fairbanks has grown reliant on a system it can't depend on, which includes importing much of its food.
I have been out there every day trying knocking on doors, making phone calls, talking to people about real solutions on how we can move forward. That's the whole idea, is moving north to the future isn't about oil, coal, or natural gas. It's about the innovations that have allowed us to harness these resources in profitable fashion.
Coghill, Hopkins, and Shields will appear on the ballot for all borough residents in the municipal election on October 1st. I'm Alex Bengal, reporting for News Center Fairbanks.